Hi, I'm David Kuo with Logan Consulting. Of all the things that we face during an ERP implementation, probably the most frustrating setback we've all experienced is when we face unexpected change orders. In the midst of a complex transformational ERP project, unexpected things are bound to happen, and we certainly aren't saying you can eliminate them. But in speaking with many of our clients, our observation is that with the benefit of hindsight, the vast majority of change orders encountered could have been foreseen before the project ever kicked off. We'd like to share with you 3 ways you can reduce the number of change orders during your project. Number 1 is to make sure you know the real body of work and effort that needs to be done, regardless of who is doing the work. Our experience is there are 2 types of approaches consulting firms take when estimating significant implementation projects. One is to provide an estimate that includes all necessary steps and then determine what tasks the consulting firm takes on versus the client. The other approach we've seen is for the consulting firm to only estimate the scope based on tasks they expect to perform and not account for and communicate tasks that they expect to fall on the client. Data conversion activities such as data scrubbing and transformation, as well as end-user documentation, are 2 areas we consistently see fall into this latter category. This latter approach does result in a much lower estimate, and let's face it, unless you've been burned, few people will argue with a lower estimate. But when we have gone back and debriefed with these clients 6 to 12 months later, almost without fail, every one of them has shared a very similar experience. The original budget was consumed well before completion, thus triggering a difficult conversation with the consulting firm about what was really in scope and what was out of scope. Further, the client also had the unpleasant experience of going back to their management to ask for more money and explain why they needed the additional funds. Number 2 is to make sure you have A players leading and participating in the design phase of the project from both the consulting firm you select and the internal project team you build. We have long said that an ERP implementation project is 20% inspiration and 80% perspiration. The vast majority of this inspiration occurs in this design phase. Properly executed, the design phase is where inefficiencies are leaned out and optimized processes are developed for the future state post-go live. But this does not happen automatically. One of the biggest mistakes we have observed here is clients being seduced by claims of out-of-the-box industry best practice templates. It's plug and play. In talking with dozens of companies who have implemented multiple ERP systems, the consistent feedback is the vast majority of these plug and play templates exist in rote processes such as accounts payable. However, our experience is that most companies' competitive advantages and opportunities for improvement exist in areas such as supply chain, manufacturing, or engineering. And this is where the project needs the best of the best participating. A players with industry experience and outstanding people skills are needed to help lead, guide, and open your company's mind to possibilities that may break years of, well, we've always done it this way thinking. And from the client side, A players are needed who not only truly understand the true friction points and the requirements of your business, but also understand the vision of the end state business model. In 27 years of implementations, our experience continues to support our belief that the better the design phase, the better the rest of the project. Having said that, we want to be sure we are not leaving the impression that we are saying these tools and templates will not make your project more efficient and that you should not use them. We leverage them wherever it makes sense. And in general, these tools continue to get better and better. What we are saying is if someone claims a tool or template can reduce a process or task by 75%, be sure and do your homework, both on the tool's capability and its applicability to your specific environment. Number 3 is to make sure your own internal team is willing and able to devote the time necessary for the project. The vast majority of the change orders we have executed with our clients involve us taking on scope and tasks that were originally assigned to the client team. We have yet to meet an executive management team that has not said they will support this project and will make sure business resources are made available. However, our experience is that most companies run pretty lean and are resource constrained to begin with. Even with the best of intentions, the regular day jobs that enable product to get out the door take priority. We see this manifest in two ways. The first is that clients don't make their A players available for the project. And as we noted earlier, this causes key business requirements or ideas to be missed. This can lead to unexpected redesign and testing. And the second is that the project falls behind and IT may be asked to make decisions that the business should make. And when the business is not involved in key decisions, the perception becomes, well, this is an IT project, and thus acceptance and buy-in of the improved design wanes. A strong and engaged steering committee can mitigate many of these risks, as long as they are willing to stay engaged on a weekly basis. Having said all of this, you can execute everything we've just discussed and still have unexpected change orders. You could encounter new business requirements. There could be a design miss where the incorrect decision was made, yet all parties signed off on it. There could be new opportunities, such as acquiring or divesting a business, that cause you to have to redeploy resources allocated to this project. But our firm belief is that if these are the kinds of unexpected change orders you face, then the probability you are executing well is pretty high.